Hey, Wall. It's been welcome back to another video. Fam, this is Different Strokes for Different Folks, part 2. I just wanted to get into how there's a story out, and I guess I shouldn't say it's a story, but it's actually a situation where, and family, please leave in the comments sections. I would love to know your opinion on this and your feedback. In Florida, there's a ordinance sign that prohibits registered sex offenders from being, within 2,500 feet of a school, 1,500 feet of a daycare, 1,000 feet of a bus stop, right? A school bus stop. Well, the funny thing about it is they have them living under a bridge. Okay? Registered sex offenders, if they, once they've been released from prison, and if they're in Florida, I think it's Miami, there's this causeway, there's a bridge that they have to live under, that bridge, in tents. And it's funny because it's like, not only do they have to live under there, they have a curfew, all right? It's like from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m., they have to be under that bridge. And that is their residence. All sex offenders, like 70 or 78 sex offenders, registered sex offenders, all living under the bridge, right? And it's funny because, when I was watching the story, they was interviewing a couple of them, and they was like, well, this isn't fair. It's like double jeopardy. Why am I being punished twice? There's one cat that served 10 years in prison for sexually molesting a 12-year-old little girl. He served 10 years. And when he got out of prison, that's where he was stationed to live, under the bridge. His driver's license has that bridge location as his place of residence, right? Now, family, I have no sympathy for pedophiles or people that sexually abuse children. People that sexually abuse anybody for that matter, but especially children. But it just amazes me that they can take such drastic measures for sex offenders that have completed their prison time, but you don't do this to Catholic priests. This isn't done. You having Catholic priests being relocated. Okay, different strokes for different folks. It doesn't make sense to me. And it's not justice. Okay? You can't be hypocritical and say you want to be tough on pedophilia, you want to be tough on sexual assaults of children, and in Florida they have them living on the bridge, but then in New York, where Catholic priests, in Boston, where Catholic priests are being, exposed for sexual abuse and countless young boys and girls, nothing happens to them. They just get exposed and then they relocated. How does that work? Different strokes for different folks. All right? It doesn't make sense. And like I say, it's not a, it's a status thing. Okay? And I'm not going to minimize the fact that, of course, hey, those that in certain situations going to be excused for their behaviors, which isn't fair. Okay? Different strokes for different folks. You got A$AP Rocky, the rapper over there in Sweden, arrested for getting into a fight. And President Trump and Kim Kardashian, all these fake actors and real actors, that's news. To try to bring A$AP Rocky back to the United States for getting into a fight, that's news. Dude, they got film of him fighting TMZ. Of course, TMZ, which if you're a little older like myself, TMZ is nothing but the National Enquirer on film. That's all they are. To me, that's not a story. And then, of course, the kid that was in North Korea, that was over there committing a crime and was put in jail, and while in jail, of course, allegedly died, but they sent for him. But my point, that's not a story. We got a lot more people, having problems over here, all right? And so when you're having definite, differences in consequences with certain people, it's just disheartening. Even when you look at the people that are being arrested for sexual assaults. Okay? It's just crazy. You know, different strokes for different folks, you know? And so don't be the one to get left out politically or economically, okay? Don't fall for it. I mean, think about it right now. I did a video the other day. I mean, you have, you know, Joe Biden, you have Booker, you have all these presidents and candidates, but for the last week, all you hearing on the television is Donald Trump versus, now it's just the Muslim Congress lady, Umar, huh? Come on, man, if you don't know. And then, of course, the last thing, you show us the drone of the United States drone that was shot down, right? And y'all said that Iran shot that drone down, right? Now, they said that the United States shot down an Iranian drone. But where's the video? You know what I'm saying? It's different strokes for different folks. And we're just supposed to believe that. We're supposed to believe that, okay, hey, here's a video of Iran shooting down the United States drone, but there's no video of us shooting down Iran's drone. And then, of course, you got the Apollo 11, the moon landing 50th anniversary that's been on the television, that's all over the news, that they continue to perpetuate that. Family, we're in, if there's something called space, which it isn't, but if I was just to entertain that notion that, okay, hey, we are this big mass, a ball, Earth, a round ball, spinning infinitely in space. You know, just infinitely in space. Nothing holding us up, nothing holding us down, but gravity, but we're just spinning infinitely in space, right? Well, wouldn't we be considered in space if we just step outside? I mean, because we're on top of the globe. We're on top. We're living on top. So we're in space outside. What are you talking about? Where are you going? And how can planes, you know, if we're in space, like you say, we're on a globe just flying infinitely in space, then how is it possible that when a plane goes up 30,000 feet or 35, 40,000 feet, it's landing where it's supposed to land if the Earth is spinning 1,000 miles per hour and going 400,000 miles following the sun? You just can't say gravity. That just doesn't make, come on, man, really? We can't fly? You know? It just doesn't make sense. You know, so I guess there's different strokes for different folks. I guess, you know, me personally, family, I mean, you know, it's not an accident that the rainbow is shaped like that. It's not an accident that today it was a beautiful day and you had the sun and the moon out at the same time. Come on, family. So, just want to come out with a little food for thought, family, a little different stroke for different folks, part 2. Family, make sure you subscribe or hit the notification button. Hope you enjoyed the new intro that I put on. That's going to be coming back from my other videos. I'm going to be dropping my new intro on it, but I wanted to come back today and hit you with a little food for thought. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High Son bring you joy and being with his out of 5,000.